Yeah, what's happening, everybody? What's going on? Hey, listen, this is that boy, Rick Titus. This is that boy, Rick Titus. Listen, family, listen, do that boy, Rick Titus, a favor before we get started with this broadcast today. Do that boy, Rick Titus, a favor. You know, a lot of you guys out there not going to like what I got to say today, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, family. It doesn't matter. But this is what's going on. You know, we got to look at what's happening out there in these small towns, Alabama, Mississippi. You know, I just wanted to do a video. This is fair use. This is very fair use, allegedly, because we don't have all of the information that we need to have. We don't know if these FBA brothers, so we don't know if these foreigners, they haven't identified that. But whatever the case may be, listen, the question that boy Rick Titus got to ask is, listen, y'all can chime in in the comments. You can chime in on the comments. I'll be looking for that. But this is what we need to do. Most of us are working, taking care of our families. Most of us are honest. Most of us are dedicated to our family and dedicated to this American society and whatever we need to do. We're not no harmful people. We out here not stealing. We're not robbing. Not all of us. So just the question that boy Rick Titus want to pose to everybody is this: Why is it that these things that's happening, like what's happening out there in Mississippi right now at Delta State College? A black man being hanged from a tree. And then it's two of them in less than an hour. And it's not being promoted on the news. Nobody is talking about it. So, I'm just asking a question, family. Why is it that these things are happening to our group? There's no other group out here that I have seen or I have heard. Maybe somebody can come in the comment and help me out. That it's been a hanging from a tree from any other group but our group. You understand? And it's just terrible. It's a terrible thing. And I don't like it. I don't like it, family. I'm just making a statement. Fair use YouTube allegations. These are all allegations that we're saying. Now, I was looking at the news early this morning. We're just doing the table dance talk. We're just doing a table dance talk today. What's going on in the world? Most of you guys and most of you people that's in the community out here, y'all not talking about it. Y'all not making no video about it. Y'all not making no stink about it, because I haven't seen that many videos. I've seen a little bit of videos on Chickalacca, which is TikTok. I've seen a couple videos, not that many. But I never seen it on national media. That's what I'm talking about. This is a family that lost a child, and I don't like it, family. And I don't see people coming to their rescue. I don't see people stepping up, like saying, keep your boots on the ground. That's the problem that I got with this situation right here. We can do all of the videos on booty shaking, jerking, and all of that kind of stuff. But when it comes down to something serious, this is a serious thing going on out here right now with foundational FBAs out here. I'm telling you, ain't no other groups out there getting hung by trees. I thought I was back in 1900s. That's what this stuff was going on, hanging black men and black women and kids in trees and disrupting their family, not in 2025. So there's a problem here. There's a problem that we have out here in the US of A today that we got to address. We got to get to the bottom of this. We got to get to the root of this. Most of us in the community, for one, we don't like ourselves for some reason. You don't like yourself. So when you see another black man or black woman escalating to becoming better, getting into a business and say, hey, look, I want to do something for the community, we get envy of that. You got a young kid that's going to college, and they said that this young boy was trying to be something special. He wanted to go to college. Some young black men don't want to step their foot on the college ground. So what is the problem? You know, and I give praise to his family. I give praise to the Reed family, Trey Reed. I give praise to you. My condolences go out to the family. I don't like this, man. This is one of my brothers. These are your child. May not be your birth child, but this is my brother. You understand what I'm saying? So something must be done. Something got to be done. You know, that's the reason why I'm trying to do a video to expose some people on what's going on in the state of Mississippi. At Mississippi State University. I think that's the name of the university. Yes. But this is all fair use. This is all allegations. I was listening to the reporters that they was talking about on YouTube about what's happening with the case, but nobody can't give no answers. You know, nobody, it's always, this stuff is in, the family can't get no answers. This is an investigation. We are still doing the investigation. Well, what happens with the autopsy? Well, we can't talk about that right now because it's still under investigation. Do y'all have any leads? These are reporters that's asking the police department the questions. Do y'all have any leads? What did the camera? Did y'all have any cameras in the vicinity where y'all saw this child was hung in a tree? Well, we can't comment on certain things that we saw on camera. We can't comment on certain things that you ask of us. Why not? You don't have to break the investigation, but you can comment on something, man. You can comment and you can say something. Think about it. I mean, you know, they're treating us like we are animals. So, you know, we know somebody knows something. Somebody saw something. You don't understand? Somebody seen something coming out of the tree, out of the bushes, around the corner. Somebody saw something. So this is the problem that I have. You know, when I hear stories like this, you know, FBA, or we don't know if this is FBA or whatever. Well, whatever it is, he's a black man being hung in a tree. It doesn't matter. Ain't no other groups being hung in trees like animals. Huh? Talk to me. Talk to that boy, Rick Titus. So, you know, hey, look, come on in the comments, family. Look, come on in the comments and let's have a talk about this. You know, let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's happening out here in Alabama. What's happening out here in Alabama, family? What is going on in the state of Alabama? You know, what's happening out here where you got these black men hanging from trees? They said it was 2 black men in less than an hour. In less than an hour, family. You know, that's a bad thing, and I don't like it. I don't like it. You know, let's go ahead and post that comment. I want to hear what you got to say. You know, post your comment. You know, come on in. Come on in. Come on in. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about some things that you might have heard that I haven't heard. You understand what I'm saying, family? You understand what I'm saying? I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anybody talking about the situation, but it's a sad thing for me to wake up in the mornings and see that a black man read the feeds and heard that it's a black man that was hung in a doggone tree like an animal. And nobody got nothing to say about it. Nobody's commenting about it. People are scared to talk about it. Why not? No, it could have been your child. Could have been your child out there, man. You know, it just bothered me. It just was a scratching on my back. Why? Why are we seeing these elements happening today in the 25th century? You know, I thought this stuff was done. I thought that this stuff was done back in the 1800s. You know, somebody is trying to bring those scenarios back to our community, which is not going to happen. We got to get that for one thing, family, we got to get that Willie Lynch and that Jim Crow out of our backyards. You understand what I'm saying? Scratch your back. Scratching my back on it. We got to get that. I'm going to say it again. We got to get that Jim Crow. We got to get that Willie Lynch out of our backyards today. I mean, we got little kids watching this on the news, on their social media. Social media is all over the place, but you only see it on what they call that thing, the ticker-lacker, or TikTok. I ain't seen it on no other platforms but that platform. Man, I just don't like it. I mean, the thing about it, it's not a thing about what you don't like, Rick Titus. It's just about I don't like the atmosphere. I don't like the what they call it, the elements. I don't like the elements. No answers. Nobody has any answers on what happened to their child. Well, he just didn't jump up on the tree and hung himself. Somebody had to do that. Somebody had to put a noose around his neck and say, "Hey, we're gonna hang you tonight." Somebody had to do that. I don't think he did that on his own. So the family members, his family members need some answers here. You understand what I'm saying, family? The family members need some answers. So, you guys out there that's sitting on the fence and not saying anything about it. Some of you guys out there at Delaware, at Delta State University know the answers. Somebody's seen something. Somebody knows something. Somebody is out there, in Mississippi. Come and chime on in with that boy, Rick Titus. Let's talk about what's happening. Let's talk about what they're not putting on the news. We got to look at the news in a third eye, family, in a third eye. You understand what I'm saying? In a third eye. Because from what I was looking at these reports, something don't add up right with me. Something just is something that's kind of janky in the course of their communications. You understand? This is all fair use, YouTube, huh? Allegedly information that we are giving out here on this channel. Somebody know the truth. Somebody saw something. Somebody knows something, huh? So talk to that boy, Rick Titus. Come on in the comments, man. Come on in this doggone comments and come on in and talk to that boy, Rick Titus. What's going on in the state of Mississippi? Think about this guy. We just had Mr. Jordan. He was riding his bike and suspected Caucasian white supremacists ran over him. Fair use, YouTube. This is fair use. Ran over this child. And was that in Alabama or was that in Mississippi? I think that was in Alabama. Somebody can correct me in the chat. And this was a little kid. You understand? These are little kids. I can go on and on and on. We had a young out in St. Louis. Child was sitting on their front porch and unalived. Our group. These are people that's in our group. This is a impact that's happening in our group, family. So talk to that boy Rick Titus. Come on into the chat. Come on in the chat, man. Let's talk about what's happening in Mississippi. Let's talk about what's happening in Delta State University. We're talking about a black man that was hung in a doggone tree, like an animal. You hang the animals up there in the trees, man. Not people. Not people, not college students. Let's get real. I don't like it. That boy Rick Titus is telling you, I don't like it, family. So, man, come on in here. Come on in the room. Come on and give me some of that energy in the room today, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's happening. Somebody knows something. Somebody seen something. Somebody heard something. Somebody got eyes, and somebody got ears. But listen, we are the people from Agoon. We are people from the Agoon. You know, the man upstairs is blessing us in whatever we get involved with. We are his kids. We are his family. You know, nothing touch us. And if it does touch us, we're gonna bring you to justice. Hmm? We're gonna bring you to justice. You know, taking our kids away from us like this. And look, and let me add another story here. You know, y'all heard about the story that's happening in Washington, D.C., your nation's capital. This is our nation's capital. We got 32, I think it's 32 or 33, I'm not mistaken, black and brown women. These are girls, these are women, not men. These are women that is missing. They are missing. They're getting snatched away. Nobody's talking about it. Huh? What is the scenario that goes on here? Nobody, I haven't seen not one reporter on the news talking about this. I haven't seen nobody on social media talking about these 32 young women, these black and brown young women missing in this Washington, D.C., your nation's capital of the world. You understand what I'm saying, family? So something is wrong with this communications that we got going on out here. But listen, family, you got to keep your head on the swivel now. You got to keep your head on a swivel now. I don't like it. I don't like what's going on. What I see at the Delta State University, they say that look, if I'm not mistaken, they're saying that this boy got hung on the campus, huh? Not in the city of Mississippi, but on the campus of Delta State University. So something is wrong with this picture right here. Somebody seen it. Somebody knows who did it. Somebody is sitting on the fence and not saying anything, but it's going to come to truth. It's going to come to light. If I'm not telling this story right, I don't want to say something that is untrue. Allegedly, YouTube, this is fair use. Fair use, YouTube. They said that this young man was hung in a tree on the state Delta State University campus. What is going on here, man? We going back into the 18th centuries? We going back into the 1800s? Hanging people, dragging people on trucks. Mr. Burke out there in Texas, we were dragging black men on the truck, killing them, huh? We got the truck drivers in the state of North Carolina and South Carolina. Look, most of these stuffs are happening in Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina, Mississippi, these southern states out here, Texas. What's happening out here, man? Yeah, talk to that boy Rick Titus. No, it's just that I don't like it. And I'm talking about it. I'm telling you, I don't like it. It just burns me up, man. It burns me up to see a black man hung from a tree. I never saw this live. I never envisioned that this will happen in the 2025th century. I heard about these type of things back in slavery time, but now we're talking about in this time of day, a black man being hung in a tree. Oh, man. Oh, man, I just pray for that doggone family, man. I just pray for that family. Man, man, I don't know. I don't know if one of my kids, my kids are grown, but that don't mean anything. But one of my kids got hung in a tree, man. I don't know. I can't say what that brother Rick Titus would do. You understand me? But, my justice is going to have to be prevailed, for you to do something like that. For you to harm an innocent person, a child going to school, trying to get an education, and this happens on this Delta State University campus. Hold up, man. Let me share something with you guys for a second. Let's see something. Let's see something what they were saying on the news. If I can pull it up. I don't know, maybe because I'm making this video, it came up early. So if I can go ahead and play it, that would be great. You know, if I can go ahead and play this doggone video, that would be great. If I can go ahead and get it up, let me see something. Let that boy Rick Titus work something here. You know, sometimes when you're making videos, you know, these whoever you're making the videos up under what profile it is, I don't know. They're not letting me share this. For some reason, it's on YouTube. So I don't know why I can't share it. You know, I'm clicking on it. So let me do this, family. Let me do this, family. Let that boy do this, family. Let me come back out. Let me come back out. Come on now. Come on. Let's go ahead and share this doggone what I'm trying to share here, family. Let's see what's happening here. Every time I try to do a video to try to educate some of my people, you know, okay, here we go. All right, hold up. Let's go ahead and share this.
In a tree. Thanks for joining us at 4. I'm Troy Johnson. 16 WAPT's Ross Adams is live from the campus in Cleveland with the latest on the investigation. Ross.
Well, Troy, we could soon learn more about how Trey Reed died, even as we're hearing questions and conflicting information about what authorities told Reed's family about where his body was found. The 21-year-old Delta State student from Grenada was found on campus Monday morning, hanging from a tree near the pickleball courts. According to the campus police chief, the chief state medical examiner started a full autopsy Wednesday morning. We should get preliminary results within the next 24 to 48 hours, according to the chief. The university forced to answer questions about apparent discrepancies. According to the police chief for the campus police, Reed's body was found around 7 o'clock Monday morning, hanging from a tree. But Reed's grandfather says he got a completely different story from the Bolivar County Sheriff's Department.
He told me that they found Trey Reed in his room. And he didn't say possible suicide, he said suicide.
I don't have any knowledge of any calls that the grandfather received. I know I did speak to the grandfather for the next of kin.
University President Dr. Dan Ennis says they've only been speaking with the 2 people Reed gave them as his emergency contacts. The president wouldn't say who those 2 people are and whether the grandfather is on that list. Now, this incident has caused a wave of threats to the university online and with folks calling in to threaten the university, and that's why they've increased law enforcement on the campus in the last couple of days. But university officials insisting that the campus is safe, there are no credible threats, and that other than the tragedy of Trey Reed's death, the university is trying to focus and move forward. For now, we're live at the campus of Delta State University. Ross Adams, 16 WAPT News.
All right, Ross, thank you.
Yeah, so, you know, they said he's from Grenada. They said that he's from Grenada. So, you know, that's what they said on the news. So we know he's not FBA. He's from Grenada. So he could be, you know, he could be FBA, but he's from Grenada. And then we're getting some conflicted stories. Here's a family member said there's something they said that this happened in his room. So now we're getting all these different conflicted stories. So, you know, we're going to have to find out what's going on. We're going to have to find out what's going on. But it's a sad thing. I don't like it. And that boy, Rick Titus, is telling you, I don't like it, family. I don't like it. Hey, listen, you know, I'm just want to give you some updated. Keep your heads on your swivel. Keep a swivel on your heads out here, family. Because remember, this can happen to you in your family. So, you know, I'm going to send all of my prayers and my condolence to the Reed family. You know, I'm hurt because of this. I don't like it. Don't like seeing a black man being hung from a doggone tree. It just makes me sick. Just make me sick. Look, this is that boy, Rick Titus. I'll see you guys on another video.